Congratulations, you're retired. You have lots of money in multiple accounts stashed away for the next 30, 40, or 50 years. But which accounts are you going to access first to pay for your new lifestyle? The order might matter, especially when it comes to taxes. In simple terms, you most likely have 4 buckets of money. The first bucket is retirement income. Most of this should last the rest of your life. This includes income from Social Security, a pension, an annuity, or income from investments such as real estate, and perhaps even a part-time job or side hustle. If this covers all your expenses and then some, well, you're good. Go watch something else. As for the rest of us, pensions are a thing of the past. Social Security will only cover a portion of our needs. Plus, we're holding out until age 70 to get the most from it. So we need to dip into the other 3 buckets. First is money in a taxable account, your checking account, savings account, or brokerage account. As the name implies, any growth from interest, dividends, or capital gains is immediately taxed the same year. Second is traditional retirement money, sitting in either an IRA or your workplace retirement plan, such as a 401k. Third is Roth retirement money, sitting in either a Roth IRA or a designated Roth account within a retirement plan. As a reminder, you pay taxes on Roth money going in, but all of it, including decades of growth, comes out free of taxes. Traditional money is the opposite. You didn't pay taxes when it was contributed, but you will. When it comes out, your original contribution plus all that growth is subject to taxes. From a tax perspective, once you're retired, it's much better to have more Roth money around. Did you put aside enough Roth? Back to our buckets of money. First question, are you over age 59 and a half? If so, most likely you can freely withdraw from any account you like. If not, you'll need to live off your taxable accounts for a while. If those run dry, there are ways to access the retirement accounts, but that's covered in other videos. Assuming you're over age 59 and a half, what is the best order to access your funds? There's the conventional order, taxable money first, followed by traditional and Roth last. As taxable money is always being taxed, it doesn't grow as well as the other 2 buckets. Better to draw this down and let your traditional and Roth money grow undisturbed for as long as possible. Traditional money will be subject to required minimum distributions, RMDs, once you hit age 72. That's fine if you're using that money for living expenses, but if this bucket has grown too large in the intervening years, you could be subject to more taxes than needed. For this reason, traditional may be drawn down next, leaving the Roth for last. If you have money left over at the end of your life, it's good to have Roth. When your spouse or children inherit, they can take that money out with no taxes. All this sounds good, but is the conventional approach the best? Several experts have modeled alternatives. Fidelity points out a big limitation of the conventional approach. In the middle of your retirement, when drawing down the traditional money, you have a huge tax bump. Instead, Fidelity recommends withdrawing proportionally across all buckets. This way, taxes are also spread out proportionally, reducing the odds that you'll hit a big tax bracket in a given year. This method is very easy to implement. Let's say you have a portfolio of $2 million, arbitrarily split up as follows. This year, you need around $80,000, including taxes, for living expenses. This is how you would divide up your withdrawals. This method is easy, but is it the best? Michael Kitces has modeled multiple approaches. Of the methods he's analyzed, one resulted in far more money left over in the end. This is the partial Roth conversion method. Step 1. Like the conventional method, draw down your taxable money first. In these early years of retirement, you'll have a bit of taxable interest, dividends, and capital gains, but any principal you spend won't be taxed, as you paid the taxes on that years ago. You should be in a low tax bracket, Well, a lot lower than your past working years. Because you're in a relatively low tax bracket, you can afford to do Step 1B, partial Roth conversions. In this step, you convert some of your traditional money to Roth money. Obviously, you'll owe taxes on the conversion, which is why you're only doing a little bit each year. The early years will look like this. Taxable money in blue is depleting, while Roth money in gray is increasing. In this example, traditional in orange is staying about the same due to growth. Step 2. At some point, you'll have depleted your taxable money. Now, spend your traditional and Roth money proportionally. In this example, it's 50-50. You're welcome to tweak your proportion and effectively choose your tax bracket. As you spent the last several years reducing the size of your traditional bucket and increasing the size of your Roth, your taxes should be reasonable, avoiding the high tax brackets. In addition, because your traditional bucket is smaller, RMDs at age 72 shouldn't be as bad. Good luck! If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. What other videos on personal finance would you like to see? Leave your suggestions in the comments below.